Okay, so we're going to go to LinkedIn to our home page. And when you're on LinkedIn, one of the things that you want to do is to be able to maintain your contacts and be able to use those contacts to help with your marketing or your job search needs. So what we're going to do is once you've grown your contacts, you need to know how to maintain them, how to sort them, so that you're able to send out emails to those that you want to reach. So we're going to go over here where it says network and click contacts. And when you click the contact button, it's going to bring up all of your contacts. And if you've really networked and connected with people on LinkedIn, you can have thousands. I have over 7,000 contacts, so that's a lot of contacts to maintain. So one of the things that I like to do is to export that information so that I can manipulate the data and get what I need out of it. So you'll go over here to this little wheel that's the settings. When you click that, it'll give you the option of clicking Export LinkedIn Connections. Now we want to export it on the .csv file. And it's going to ask you for a code, and your code's going to be different than mine. And this is just to make sure that we're not a robot. Now these things can be really difficult to guess and read, so don't worry if you don't get it right the first time. It will give you another chance to do this. Many times I don't get it right the first time, so we'll just see how I do. And again, as you can see, I didn't get it right the first time. So we're going to try typing that in again. And it issued me a new one, so hopefully I got it right this time. Not positive on that. Oh, looks like I did it. So great. Now it is exporting my connections, and let's take a look at it. As you can see, it put it together on a spreadsheet for us. And on that spreadsheet, what I want to do is to be able to sort the information and maintain it. Now, what you're looking at is a sample spreadsheet. So this isn't my real list that you're looking at. I've put up one with some fake names because for recording process I didn't want to put everyone's information out there. So this isn't a real email list. But it does have some of the data that we're going to be looking at when you download your own spreadsheet. Now, as you can see, this is a pretty large spreadsheet because it goes across quite a bit. And most of these columns are blank, so we don't need that. So we're going to clean it up a little bit so we can work with it. Anything that doesn't have data, we're going to go ahead and delete those columns. We're going to keep only 5 columns, and that's going to be first name, last name, email addresses, company name, and title. So everything else besides that, we're going to go ahead and take out. So I'm just going to highlight those empty columns and take them out so that they're not in my way. And this way I can see everything on one screen and work with it. And I think that's just so much easier. Okay, so now we've got our 5 columns, and again, we're going to go ahead and highlight these, and I'm going to click sort. And this way, as I'm working with the information, whoops, I said sort, but actually I mean filter. You see, sometimes I don't always get it right on this. So what we're looking at is we want to go ahead and be able to search out for the job titles that we need. So I'm going to highlight column E. That's the one that says job title. And I'm going to go to my home page and click conditional formatting. Now what I want to do is highlight all cell rules and go down to where it says text that contains. Now for today's example, I'm going to be searching out my HR people. So we're talking recruiters, talent acquisition, human resources, sourcers, staffing specialists. So different terms that can be used in that field. So right here I'm going to type the first one, which is going to be human resource. And I'm asking it to highlight everything pink that has human resource in that column. Then I'm going to go back to conditional formatting and tell it text that contains HR. It's another term. And I'm going to go back to conditional formatting and to where it says text that contains recruit. And you can see that I'm taking the base term. Even though the word is recruiter, I don't want to miss out if someone typed in recruiting or recruiter. So this enables me to capture both. And again, I'm going to go to conditional formatting and highlight cell rules, text that contains talent acquisition. And highlight cell rules, text that contains source. And I didn't put the E at the end of it just because someone might have put sourcing, sourcer. And again, I'm just trying to make sure that I capture everything. Now, I could keep going with this, and if I was working with a staffing agency, a lot of times they also use the terminology account executive. But for the example today, I'm going to go ahead and stop here. Now, all the terms that I've identified, you see are highlighted that pink and red. So that's going to help me sort out what I need. So we're going to go and highlight all 5 columns. And this time we're going to go to Data and click Sort. Now, I have headers on this spreadsheet, so I'm going to make sure and click My Data Has Headers. And sort by job title. Remember, that's what we just did the conditional formatting on. And we're going to tell it sort on cell color. And then it's going to populate and let us pick the pink cell color. And I want everything on top, so I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Now it's put all those together that I was trying to identify. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight everything that each row that has pink in it. So going down, I'm going to go ahead and highlight everything that has pink because those are the ones I was trying to identify. And when you get to the end of that, which you see it does go very fast, we're going to hide those columns. So we're just going to go to the right of it, right click, and click hide. Now, everything else that I didn't need, I can go ahead and highlight and delete. And remember, I had over 7,000 contacts and I didn't want to go through all of them. And this is a much easier way for me to find what I need so that I can create my email. Okay, I'm going to delete these that I don't need. And don't worry about that they're gone, because anytime I need these connections again, I can always re-download them off my LinkedIn. Plus, you'll want to download a fresh list each time you need it because of the fact that if you're out there connecting and growing your network, you've got new connections that you want to include each time that you're sending out an email. Now I'm going to unhide this because remember I hid it before, so now I'm going to go down to unhide. Now this has just what I need. Now what I like to do is go ahead and highlight A, B, C, D, E, so those 5 columns, and I'm going to go and tell it to sort again. And this time, of course, it still says my data has headers. Instead of job title, I'm going to tell it by company name. And sort on values. And I'm going to put it in A to Z order. Now the reason I do this is because I'm going to be looking at trying to create my email list or network the information that I need to get out. So it can be for marketing purposes or because I need to let them know about a job fair or whatever reason that I'm trying to connect with these people. I want to make sure that I am representing each company. Now if there's a company that I don't want included in there for some reason, for one, it might be the company I'm working with. I'm connected with a lot of my coworkers, and I really don't want to send them the information because they already know about it. So my company, I would go down and look to see which one of them came up. Because they're all HR people, they're going to be in here, and I don't want to send them that information. So here's 2 of them, so I'm going to go ahead and take them out. And here's a couple more that work for my company. And because I don't want them to get the information because they already know about it, I can take it out. And they're all together because of the company name. Now, this list is a little bit more manageable than my original list, so I'm able to scroll down and quickly look to see if there's anything I need to delete, take out, and it's based by company name, so I know who I'm targeting. Okay, and everything looks good. I'm ready to put together my email. So I'm going to copy the email column, and I don't have to spread this out, but of course if you want to see all the emails, you can certainly move your columns. It's not necessary. You can copy it, throw it in Outlook, and make sure, this is critical, that you put this in blind copy in Outlook. Do not put it in the to field because you have a lot of connections and they may not feel comfortable with you sharing all their email addresses. So for this, we're going to go ahead and take out that first top header. Remember, I had a header on mine and it had email addresses on top, so you want to make sure you take that out. Other than that, you're just going to hit tab, and you won't have to put any columns, you won't have to put any commas. All that is going to generate itself and fix it in your email. So the only thing that you have to do is go ahead and type your email, and you see that right now it's generating it because it's going to put those commas in for me, and all I did was hit tab. I didn't ask it to put any commas, it's just going to go ahead and generate it for me. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and get the material that I want to put into my email so that I can get that information out. Now, one thing that I do recommend is if you're doing an email out to your LinkedIn connections, is remind them that you know them through LinkedIn. Sometimes you're connecting with people that know you very well and they're very much open to receiving your email. Other times you're connected to so many people and they don't remember your name, especially if they have a very wide connection. So I always try to introduce myself again and let them know, thank you so much for adding me as your connection on LinkedIn. I wanted to pass on this information in case it would be useful to you. We have an upcoming free job fair. Wanted to let you know that if you'd like to participate in this virtual job fair, you can email us at this information and give them a website link. So this way they know that, number one, we're connected on LinkedIn. That's why they're getting an email from me, and I'm offering to provide something for them. So it's one way to also turn those contacts in LinkedIn into actual relationships, because we want to grow that relationship. It's great to have connections, but I want them to see value in that connection. And when I can share something with them or provide a useful tool for them, like a virtual job fair, then that's something that will help draw that relationship. On my screen, it's still putting it together because I did have so many emails, so it's taking a little bit longer. You may not have quite as many as I did. Again, originally with the over 7,000, even though we were able to minimize that somewhat, it is still a very large one. And of course, I manipulated these email addresses, so they're not, most of them are not real email addresses. So that's the other part that you're looking at. But if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I am on LinkedIn, so it's Reyes V on LinkedIn. And again, as you can see, it's sending, it would have this email sent to, and you see it's still generating the number. If you're looking at this, you're seeing that already it's identified over 1,300 recipients that this would be sent out to. And of course, it's all blind copy. And it put the commas in for me. I didn't have to worry about it. And all I have to do is finish typing up my email and hit send. Please let me know if you have any questions.